Hello, my name is Glover Ronald. Welcome to this session where we are going to look at Excel data cleaning. Sometimes you are given data and you want to put it in Excel for analysis, but then this data was recorded in a format that is not easy to analyze. Maybe it can lead to some errors or mistakes. You want to do some summarization, some analysis, but the data is not well organized. So this is what we're going to look at. That is Excel data cleaning, including, for example, removing duplicates. Maybe data was not recorded in columns and rows, was just recorded in some other file formats. Then you can import it in Excel and then you try to put it in form of columns. Maybe it has some rows that are empty, you want to delete, and then maybe even generally the formatting of data, the data is not good. You want to put it in a format that is acceptable, within which you can be able to draw a table and then possibly a pivoted table and get summarizations. So what do? Let's start our Excel file. So we get our Excel here. We don't have any data yet. Now we are going to start with importing data from another file format. Supposing maybe you have data which was created in another file format, and we want that data to be imported here. So you can create your data, you could record your data maybe using Word. You separate each record by use of a comma or a semicolon, whatever you wish to do, or you can put it in columns, but not necessarily a table. Maybe you're just separating them by use of spaces. So that's what we're going to do. You record it and then you save it in Notepad. So how do you bring it in Excel? Caesar, you come to File, click File, Open, then you browse for that file. Now when you browse for that file, when you click Open, it will bring only files that were created using Excel. So in case you need to open other files that were created using other file formats, you, instead of saying all Excel files, you click here and then you select all. Now when you do this, you'll be in a position to see here other files. Now you can see even Word can be seen because you have selected all files. And our data that you're going to work on was saved in Notepad. Notepad saves using a .txt file format. Okay, so like Excel uses an extension of .xlx. If it is Word, it saves using .docx. If it is PowerPoint, .pptx. That is, now we are looking at Office applications. Now, if it is Notepad, Notepad is also one of the text editors. When you save it, it will give you a file of this nature. So it is a text document, and its file of extension ends with .txt. So this is the best one to import data into Excel. So you select the file and then you click Open. So it will open. Now, when it opens, incidentally, it will bring you here in this, to bring this text import wizard, and it has got 3 steps, 1 of 3. This is the one that is going to help you put your data from a format that is not having columns and rows well arranged, but you now want to import it here. That is this is a wizard. It is guiding you. Choose the file type that best describes your data. You say it is delimited. What does delimited mean? Characters such as commas or tabs separate each field. So each field is separated by a comma or a semicolon or a tab, space, number of spaces. Then so it says start importing at row 1, this one. Then down here you have preview of the file and where it was imported from, and the actual file, it is .txt file extension. Then when you get here, so this is a preview of how your data was recorded initially, and it is numbering the rows, though initially those rows are not numbered in the actual file. So this is the data we're importing. Then we click next. When we click next, get here step 2 of 3, and then it shows the kind of delimiters that are acceptable. It selects a tab, semicolon, comma, space, or any other. But remember, when you look at our data here, this was selected using separated by use of semicolon. So each semicolon gives us a column. So let's select semicolon, and when you select semicolon, it is showing you or displaying the possible columns. If those are the columns that you want to create, then it is okay. But if they are not, you can even put maybe still separated by the comma. Then it goes in your data. Whenever there is a comma, it puts a column. So you can see that. Or if you remove a tab, of course our data didn't have any tab, so there is no problem. If you deselect semicolon, now that data where there is a semicolon, the columns are not created. But if you want your semicolon also to be part of a column, you indicate that semicolon and even a comma. Let me keep it, I even want a comma. Then I come to next. So when you come to next, it shows you that this is step 3 of 3. And so this screen lets you select each column and set the data format. That is, if you want to set the data format for each column, and here the data format is general. Each one is recorded as a general data format. So you leave it at general and then you finish. So when you finish, this is the kind of data that you have got, and now you have the columns. These columns, some of the data goes beyond a single column. We would like the data to fit in each column. So you bring your cursor above the column name A, it turns into a black arrow pointing down. You click, you select up to where your data ends. So you select all the way from A up to F. Then get your cursor somewhere, it turns like that. Then you double click. Now each column is going to fit in, each data is going to fit in a given column. So that is the kind of data that we have. We have put it in a columnar format, but it is messy, it is messed up, it's not clean. It is data. You cannot use it for analysis. For example, when you look at it, it has got duplicates. You see there is Goloba so many times. Then there is Boaz also repeated. When you go down there, column number 15, row number 15, row number 19, there are some duplicates and some empty rows. Actually, you go just down there. There are rows that are empty. Row number 24, 22, 19, 15, those are blank rows. So if you try to do analysis, it is not going to give you exactly what you want. When you look at even column C here, this data, when you look at this one is in form of date, then this one is in form of numbers. What does it mean? We need to remove all that. We need to have data which is clean. Good. Maybe before we go any further, let me first take you to the data that we have. I think this is the data that we have worked on. So the data was initially recorded like this. Majora James, 41293900 admin intern. This kind of data, this is the file that we have imported. This is how the data was recorded. So you can see that it is possible to record the data in one file format, then you convert it, you open a notepad, you paste it there, you save, then you can import it into Excel file. Good. So let's go back to our Excel. So what is it that we are going to do first? Usually when you're doing data cleaning, it is better you start by removing the blank spaces. Okay, so we can remove the blank spaces, but maybe before we remove the blank spaces, let us try to give our data some headers. So let's insert a new row just above the first row, row number 1, you select there, then on the home ribbon, you click insert. So a new row will be inserted. We can call this one maybe first name. Then this is this is last name. Then you go there, first name. Then we go to this one. When you look at this kind of data, this looks like date. This is date. So there also may be date, but which date? This one, when you look at this date, this one looks like these are departments, and then this is intern, trainee. These are their titles, so positions. So let's say this is date hired. Then this one looks like money. You can say maybe salary, and then here we put department. Then finally here we can call this one title. Their titles. Yeah. Yes. Good. Now we have selected this. If we want, we can even give it some shading, maybe even some coloring of the text. You can make it bigger, increase font size if you want to do, even borrowed. Yes, but now again things are not fitting. Again, there is another way. We say after, if it is selected, we come to format, then auto fit column width. So all the data is now fitting in the column width for these headers, the selected ones. Okay, maybe this one is not fitting well. We can put a cursor here, turns like that, then we extend. Good. Now, next, what we want to do is to remove the duplicates. You can come, select here, right click there, and then you select delete. Okay, you can delete a row like that and do, but deleting a row like that, it can be a bit tedious, most especially if you have got several of them. You think about a situation where you have got 1,000 records, 1,000 rows going down. To analyze and see a duplicate, removing a duplicate one by one, it is not easy. So what do? We want to select all the blank rows or blank columns or blank cells, whatever blank is there, we can select it. Then after, we delete it at a go, just within one go. So what do? To select the blanks, we first select all this data of ours. We control A. Now you see, when you control A, the data which is outside you, the blank will not get selected. You see, click there, control A. That is the one which is selected. Click there, control A. The one above and below the empty blank is not selected. So that is not a good practice. So what do we do? It is not going to help us format this work or clean it. So let's select entire data set like that. Then on the home ribbon, we come to find and select. Find and select. Then you click go to special. You click go to special. When you click go to special, you get the dialog box, and then it will ask you to give you so many options. That is go to special. What would you like to select? For us, we want to select blanks. So you click blanks and then you click OK. Now when you do that, now you can see in our selection, all those blank rows have been selected. You can see there are 4 of them. But remember, I'm telling you, this is just a small data set. There are situations when you have a lot of data that you may want to analyze. So when it is selected like this, now we can delete all these rows at a go. So you come to click delete, which is on the home ribbon. Then you select delete sheet rows. Those rows that are selected are going to be deleted. So you can see those rows have been deleted. Now we have got rid of the blanks. We don't have the blanks anymore. Good. Now from there, what are we going to do next? Again, we are continuing to clean our data. So far we have removed the blanks. Next, there are several. Next, let us again, before we do anything else, let us remove the duplicates. How do we remove the duplicates? You can see there is number 3 is duplicated, the same data as number 4, same data as number 9, number 14 and 15, and then 19. Okay, so how do we remove those duplicates? Now it depends on how you define your duplicate. Now me, I'm defining the duplicate that everything within a row, it is exactly the same. This information is exactly the same as that information. So I wouldn't like to have that duplicate. So you have to be careful how you choose the duplicate. Like here, this is a duplicate within a column. Intern, 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 intern. If you feel you shouldn't have a duplicate in that column, then you can remove that duplicate. But I think for this case, you can leave it the way it is. That one is okay. We just want to remove a duplicate of a given record. That this record is exactly the same as this record, the same as that one, and even the same. This is Boaz. This record is exactly the same as this record. You may find that somebody was just recording erroneously and maybe was repeating data records. So we want to remove them. So what do? We select all of this where we control asterisk. That is the same as control A. So that one, it enables you to select your data set, all your data, but does not go outside. So we have selected our data. We want to remove duplicates. Now to remove duplicates, on the tab of data, you click data, then on the data ribbon, you see there is remove duplicates here. So you click remove duplicates. So you click that. When you click remove duplicates, it gives you to delete duplicate values, select one or more columns that contain duplicates. These are the columns that contain duplicate, and then you say my data has headers. That one you keep it there. Now if you want to remove a duplicate in a single column, all of these ones you deselect them like that. Okay, when you click OK, now the duplicate from title will be removed. But that is not what we want. For us, we want a duplicate which contains all of these columns should be analyzed, and a duplicate that matches each of the selection should be removed. So you click OK. When you click OK, Excel says 7 duplicate found and removed. 19 unique values remain. You say OK. Yes, Excel has counted. This is from number 1 up to 20. It has taken off the header because you said my my data has header. So it is remaining with 19 unique values, not duplicate anymore, because duplicate can give us wrong analysis. For example, if you want the average of data, you want to find maybe the sum. For example, you want to find the grand salary, total salary that is paid to all employees. That is going to be that's not going to be good. Okay, this one called it title, but I think it's better I call it employee title. Click there. At the beginning, type there employee using employee title. Okay, using a formula bar. When you click here, the data goes in the formula bar. Then you make adjustments in the formula bar if you don't want to delete the work which was already there. Like for example, if I just want to remain with just title, I click here, then select here and delete employee, then title will remain like that. But it's not what I want to do. I Control Z to undo the deleting. Good. Next, maybe this thing can be a bit confusing. I don't want to have last name, first name. I just want to have employee name. I want a column for employee name. That means I want to combine these two names. So how do I combine them? I select this column. Before this column, I want a column for employee name. So I select this, then go on the home ribbon, click home ribbon, and then click insert. A new column will be inserted, and the header, I'm going to call it employee name. It's not fitting. I adjust it to fit entire column. Okay, now I want this name and this name to be combined together. Excel uses what we call concatenate. So you click here, put equal sign, type concatenate. As you type, the word concatenate is already here, selected, then you press a tab key on the keyboard to select it. Or if you don't press tab key, you just double click that. Then concatenate will come, and then you say concatenate what? Text 1, comma, text 2, comma, dot. That means you can concatenate several texts. So the first text I want to select, I want to concatenate, I select it, comma, then I put this. Those are the two texts that I want to concatenate, I want to put together. Then I close the bracket, enter. Now you can see Majora James. So I click there, then I paste down the formula. I put there get paste handle, which turns into a black cross, dark cross. Then I double click, it goes down. But now when it goes down, somewhere you realize that these names, I think, okay, good. These names have got spaces. But there are situations when these names get concatenated and there are no spaces between these two. So what would you do to create a space? You come here, when you click here, the formula gets in the formula bar. I want again to concatenate a space. So I get A2, concatenate a space, comma. I open a full colon, put a space, maybe put even another space, then close the quote, comma. That one is helping us to add a space between this text of A2 and B2. Now when I'm done, I press enter. Then press the formula down. You can now see more spaces have been created between each two names because I have concatenated there a space between each name. Good. Now again, when you look at these names, a name begins with a capital letter. So it was not properly written. So what should I do? I get here, insert a new column. Then now I get here, you want these ones, each of them to start with a capital letter. I want them to put that one. Excel uses a function which is called proper. So I type equal to proper. As I type proper, proper comes here. I select it, then I double click. It comes. Proper what? This. Select the text that you want to put proper, close the bracket, enter. Now you can see each name has been capitalized. So you get a cursor there, you double click. It goes down. Okay. So that is pasting down the formula. Now you can see each name is properly written. But now again, when you look at these names, they have got erroneous spaces. They're spaces that you wouldn't like to have. As some of them start with unnecessary spaces. So how do you remove these unnecessary spaces? Again, Excel has got another function. If you want to remove the spaces, that function is called trim. Okay, trimming. Maybe allow me to remove these names. But now what happens when I remove these names? Delete. Even these ones will be deleted because these ones refer to these two. So undo. That means you cannot just delete this one. It will lead to this one to be deleted. What if now I delete this? I select delete. You see what has happened? The second names have been deleted. So undo. Now you cannot just play around with these ones. It will disorganize you here. Okay, let me first insert a new column. Then I get here. So what do I want to do? I want to put these ones. I want to remove the unnecessary spaces. So I say equal to trim. Excel uses trim. Open. I want to trim this text. Close the bracket. Enter. Now you can see even the space which was between Majuara and James, it has been taken away. Let's see. You see this one at the beginning. This one. Look at this one. Look at the space between Kuch, Kuwech. Look at the spaces between these two. All these ones are going to be removed. So double click. I think now you can see that the way how this data is recorded is not, this one is proper now. It is good. Now we are cleaning up our data. We are cleaning up our data. Now, because we have seen that these names, the moment you delete these ones are going to be affected. They're also going to be deleted, or if there is a formula, you will get something like a reference showing you that the data it is referring to has been deleted. So to avoid that, let's first insert a new column here. Insert. Copy this work. Control C. Paste. Control V. Now, when you just paste, you have done nothing straight away. Again, when you delete these ones, the other one will go. You just paste. Let me delete this. Let me see. You see, everything has gone. Undo. Control Z. Now copy. Select this. Copy. Now to paste here. Okay. There, you see these green matching ants. I want to take them away before I do anything else. I press escape. This one, it is assuming it is empty. Now I select this, copy. It gets those green matching ants. Now I want to paste here. I click there. Now I come to paste. I don't just paste. I come to paste. I paste values. I paste values. Now, when I paste a value, that means I'm just going to paste the value. I'm not going to paste the formula, even the formatting. So I click that. So I have pasted. Now, what happens when I delete here? All of these ones have gone, but this one I pasted the value, so it cannot go. So cut now, employee name, get there, paste. Okay. But now it is telling me this kind of reference. I don't want that no still, because yeah, here there were some formulas. As much as I deleted, there are some formulas, but they are referring to something which is not already there. I can again maybe get here. Then is it possible? No, you select, you first have to copy again. Excel is funny. Control C, employee name, paste, just paste value. So when I paste value, okay, these ones have come, but I can select them. I can, let me select these columns, delete columns. Yes, those columns have been deleted. Even here, I can select these two and then delete. Yes, so we are back to the original, but we are doing some Excel analysis. We are, cleaning. We are cleaning our Excel worksheet. Next, when you look at this data, again, we also want to put this one in some good order. When you look at this, it has spaces, and then this one is the date. But this date, this one as if it is a number. Excel is funny that it was programmed in such a way that on the 1st of January 1900, it was taken as the first day for Excel. What do I mean? When you get here and type here 1/1/1900, now this one, Excel takes it as a date. You can see up here in the number format, it has taken it as a date. What about this one? Excel is taking it as journal. What about here? All of these ones it has taken it as journal, but now this one is a date. If we change this date to journal, it will be 1. If you record, for example, 31st of December 1900, those are 366 days or 65. If you change the format of this to journal, you can see 366. That means 1900, it was having 365. Okay, so in the same sense, even these days were recorded like this. What about when you say what number is it going to be? If, for example, today is 12th of January 2023, what number will it take? If it is a general number, Excel will record it as 44938. These are the number of days since January 1st, 1900. Okay, or 1900. So now, for that case, let me delete this and keep it general as date. Now we select this one here and we change their format from journal to short date. Short date looks like this. If it is longer date, it will have a day, the date, the month, and then the year. For us to want it like that, so you click that. Now our data has been converted into this, our date. But still, this date, when you look at it, it also has some spaces, erroneous spaces. We want to trim it. Is it going to be possible? Select here, insert our help row, column. Put there, equal to trim. What do you want to trim? Open a bracket. This one, close the bracket, enter. Get there, double click. It has been trimmed, but the way it has been trimmed, it is not yes, it is a date, but let's go back. Sorry. We want it to be short date, so select it, select short date. It is not what is causing the problem. Maybe we would have done it before. We would have trimmed a journal number. Undo. Okay, let's see what happens when you delete, sorry, when you first trim a journal number. First keep it, because trim, I think it is due to text, equal to trim. Trim is here. Double click, select what you want to trim, enter, then paste. Now what if you change to date format? It will not work. It will not work. Maybe what if we can use, I think we can use alignment. We can use alignment. It can align, then we change to short date. Good. So yes, this one we don't need it. We can even delete it. Good. So we just use alignment, this kind of alignments, such that it goes on one side, it gets aligned. Then next, salary. What can we do with the salary? Maybe salary is a journal. We may want to use it for calculation. Journal number, no, let us use it as the finances. Let's use the symbol. Let's use maybe the United States dollar. Yes, we format it like this. But this is now accounting. Yes, there is a difference between accounting and finance. If it was finance, the symbol will be just too close. Okay, maybe we say currency. When you choose the currency, it will give you like that. But you can hit this number format handle here to choose, to select the currency that the symbol for currency, it is here. US, we need not Uganda shillings. Maybe we need okay, let's say UGX. Then you choose decimal places. In Ugandan shillings, we don't use. Okay, we can use the 2 decimal places. It is okay. The sample is here, and yeah, separated by comma. Then you click OK. So it will be like that. That is if you choose currency. But accountants don't like this because this is not very clear. For them, if you say accounting, it will take the symbol slightly away from the value, such that readability is easy. That is the difference between currency and accounting. For the accountants, they want to see a very clear value. Good. Next, we are here, department. Even department, we can do some cleaning, maybe to have same thing everywhere. We have same format. Let's use same format. Small letter. So we say equal to, you can say proper, open bracket, select what you want to proper on, close bracket, enter. Like that. Then again, we can do the proper and then the trimming to remove these spaces that are not necessary at the beginning or even towards the end. Okay, so you select there, then you say proper, but we can start with the trim, open a bracket, you have trim, open a bracket, proper, open a bracket, you select what you want to proper, then you close the bracket. In Excel, any number of brackets that you open, you must close them. When you open 2 brackets, you must close 2 brackets. Okay? If you have 10 brackets opened, you must close 10 brackets. So enter. Now you can see this admin. This space which was there has been taken away. Okay, or maybe let's even see there. Let me try to create some useless spaces. Then we see what the trim will do. Okay, when we come to trimming, yes, you have those unnecessary spaces. The trimming will remove them. Sorry, suppose this one was engineering in smaller letters. Now there are two functions. That one, supposing there we have got sales, was written in smaller letter, but again with this unnecessary space. So we come here, we double click. You see what has happened now? Trimmed and put in proper format. Now we may want to do away with this one, but now when we delete, this one will also go. So what do? To avoid that, maybe we can get another helper column. Sorry, insert. Then copy this. Now don't Control V. Come to paste value. Now we can delete these ones. Select them and delete. They will go. Now select this one, Control X, cut, paste. Now select these 2 columns and then delete. Yes, so now I've put that one proper. Same way, we are going to get to this one, equal to proper, open bracket, trim, open bracket, trim what? That, close bracket, even close the first one, enter. So it doesn't matter which one. You can start with the trim, you can start with the proper, but it is possible to concatenate to put one inside the other. Then, since it is selected, copy, get there. Now paste values. Then select this, cut, click there, paste. This one, delete. So there we are, members. We have cleaned our data. Our data is now in good shape. How have we cleaned it? We have, first of all, we started it when it was in form of, it was recorded just as rows without rows and columns. They were not well formatted. They were not indicated. Now after that, we imported it from Notepad somewhere. It was saved somewhere in a given drive. It was saved actually in my documents. We went to, we say go to File, Open, then Browse, go in place called Document, but it depends, they can save anywhere here. But this was saved in Document, where they can say maybe it was saved on the data. You can go to data, look for whatever you're looking for, but it was in Document. Then in document, when you want to, we selected all files, because when you open from Excel and you don't choose all files, the files you will see here are going to be only Excel files. Because the moment you open, it will come as all Excel files. So apart from the folders, the rest of the files will be Excel files. But if you want to see other files, you choose all files. Now that one will display you, those are Word files, these are Notepad files or text files, this is PDF, Word, PDF, Excel, all of them will be shown. But now the file we wanted to import was import data in Excel. Then you click OK. But then data is already open. Reopening a file will cause okay. Click no. We don't want to do that. Maybe let me take you here. A new worksheet. File. Open. Because I've already opened it, it's already here. So click that, and then what has happened? It has failed to open, maybe because it is already opened in the other worksheet. I expected it to open. I think it has failed, but anyway, it is possible to open it, and then you see. So that is where we started from. After opening that one, then we started by removing the duplicates. After removing the duplicates, we deleted the rows that were empty. Then after deleting the rows that were empty, these names, each one came as a separate column. We combined them using the truncation. After truncation, these names, some of them were capital letters, others were small. We put them such that they were starting, each name is starting with a capital letter by using the function proper. Then we combined them using concatenation. Then we trimmed them to remove the unnecessary spaces. This date we have formatted it from January to date. Even the currency, we have changed its formatting, number formatting. Even these ones, we have done the trimming, we have done the whatever. So that is that. Maybe let's say sometimes you might be in Excel and you want to change this one to capital letter. You just put there equal sign and then you use the type, the thing upper. So upper, you select what you want to put in upper, then enter. So it will turn out to be upper. Okay. Or if you want smaller case, say equal to lower, you open a bracket, then you select what you want to put in lower, then you close the bracket, and okay. So everything now will be in lowercase. So I think that is it. Now, after cleaning your data, it is possible to do some analysis. For example, you can be in a position to get the subtotal and the grand total. Okay, maybe let's do that. You may say I select to get the subtotal and the grand total. You first select your work and then sort it according to the way you want to get your subtotal. Maybe you want to see people's salaries by their department or by the employee title. So if you say by department, so you sort this data by department. So you click sort and filter, custom sort, then you can sort by department, order A to Z, then you click OK. So we have sorted them by department. Okay, so we have sorted them by department. Then after you group them, you go to data, then you group by what? Maybe you want to group them by rows. Click OK. So we have grouped this data by rows. How Yeah, you can see here, there are two types of groupings. You click one, it gives you that. Then you click two to give you that, or you click the negative to see back all your data. But anyway, there is nothing much that we can do here. Next, after grouping, now we find the subtotal, still on the ribbon of data. So we come to subtotal. Subtotal of what? At each change in we don't want employee name, because if it is each change in employee name, it is going to give you a salary for each employee. We want to say at each change in department. Use which function? Do you want to use the count? There are so many. Maybe you want to use the sum, average, maximum, minimum, product. Maybe you want to see who gets maximum salary in each department. So at each change in department, use the function maximum. And then maximum, you want salary, not employee title. You want salary. Then summary below data. Okay, click OK. You see that? Now for accounts, the maximum salary is 50,000. For admin, the maximum salary is 46. For engineering, the maximum is 5,6,7,500. You can see it is the greatest. And then for marketing, it is this. For research and development, it is that. So it is giving you this kind of subtotal. But this kind of subtotal is enabling you are supposed to scroll down and see more. Okay? But you can see, you may want to see the maximum for admin accounts only, and you don't want to see these other details. You can click there, click these minuses, those minuses, and then you get the summarization. That account maximum is this, admin minimum is that, engineering maximum is that, marketing minimum, all that. So you are now seeing those summaries. If you want to see the detail, you click there. I mean, when you click that negative, it is giving you only the grand maximum throughout. It checks through to see the grand maximum. Or you click this number 2, it gives you the maximum for each department. Click number 3, you see everything, those pages. That is how we find the grand total. I mean grand subtotal and the grand total. Finally, let's use again the function. For example, no, if we want this, let's select our data. Go back to normal. To go back to normal, to remove these subtotals, you click here subtotal and then remove all. So the subtotals will disappear. Then Excel again has got another function that I wanted us to use. That is, maybe you find that MKTG does not make sense to you. You can remove this. So what do? On the ribbon of home, there is a find and replace. You click find and replace, then you click replace. You say find what? I want you to find MKTG. Replace with what? Marketing. So you click replace. Microsoft Excel cannot find a match. Okay. The reason as to why it is doing that, it is MKTG. It is because this data is not the original data. Okay. Remember, we copied and pasted the value. So here it is not going to work easily. It is not going to work easily because of that. Okay, you can replace all. Okay, I think that checked up, say all done. We made one replacement. Okay. Yeah, it has done. It has worked. Marketing. So we no longer have MKTG, but we have marketing. Again, maybe of also R and D. What does it mean? R and must be exact match. R and D. Replace it with the research and design. Replace all done. We made 2 replacements. Okay, close this. Yes, that is find and replace. So all that one by there is cleaning data. You want to remove something which is there not meaningful, and then you put there something which is meaningful. So that is Excel data cleaning. So after cleaning the data, it is possible now to do what? It is possible to do further analysis. But this kind of analysis using subtotal might not be easy, because now here we only have 19 records. But you think about a situation where you have got 500 records of data. Using subtotal, filtering, sorting, whatever have you, might not be so easy. That might not be so easy. So because of that, it calls for another method of serious data analysis, that is pivoting. And that is pivoting. We'll get another version of video of pivoting data some other time. Thank you very much. Stop here. Bye bye.